Today, let's talk about weathering. I've been weathering different pieces of 3D printed armor and helmets and realized that there are really only two methods you need to know. Both are easy to apply, you don't need an airbrush, and you probably already have everything you need at home. Plus, you can apply these same methods to any 3D printed props. I want to say I'm about 90% happy with how this helmet turned out. There's really only one thing I wish I did differently. Some of you might have already spotted what that is, but I'll make sure to go over that so you don't make the same mistake that I did. All right, let's get started. Before you start, you need to have your helmet apart smooth and prepped for painting. For smoothing tips and tricks, I have another video that goes over that more in detail. For now, we can start on the base coat. I got my paint setup ready to go. This paint tin I got on Amazon is the perfect size for helmets. I also use my adjustable stand that works great for painting or displaying helmets. Be sure to wear gloves and a respirator when painting. This helmet will be mostly white, but I'm starting with a silver base. The reason why is because I want some areas of the white paint to be chipped away to reveal the silver color underneath. The first weathering method I'm going to show you will give you this chipped paint effect. You need something to mask off the paint between layers. And yes, I'm sure this liquid latex would work great, but I didn't want to spend the 15 bucks on it. So I used the same thing I did on a previous video, plain white toothpaste. And the best part is that I already had some at home. This is a very easy process. Just add some toothpaste in a small bowl or plate, and I use an old paintbrush to apply it. I like to apply more in corners and edges where the paint would be more likely to chip away. Most of the helmet will be white, but there are some areas with blue over the white, as you can see here. On this layer, I'll avoid adding toothpaste here, but I will apply some where the white and blue meet to create a multi-layer effect. I recommend only using a white toothpaste. Other colors may affect the paint color below it. The toothpaste should be easy to apply and stick well to the paint. I'm not sure if every brand will stick as well. The one I happen to have at home and used was Sensodyne Pronamel, so I can tell you that that one works. If I find other ones that work as well, I'll add it to the video description. Once you're happy with it, let the toothpaste fully dry and then it's ready for the second color. When I paint, I like to start with a light dusting. This helps with adhesion and preventing runs. Then I wait about 10 to 15 minutes before the first coat and 45 minutes between the second and third coats. This works well for the satin finish Rust-Oleum paint I'm using, but check your paint's directions to find out how much time you need between coats. After the paint's dry, I tape off areas of the helmet so I can apply the blue paint. To tape it off, I like to use this green frog tape. I continue to tape off the rest of the helmet. That looks good to me. So now I can apply another layer of toothpaste where I want the white to show up under the blue. And here on some of the edges where the paint would be likely to chip off. Plus I add more over the big areas where I applied it under the white. It's easy to see where the previous layer of toothpaste is. After I'm done applying the toothpaste, I will use packing materials I get from way too many Amazon orders to mask off the rest of the helmet. After the toothpaste dries, I add a couple coats of blue paint. And next I remove the tape and packing material. I always worry at this point that I'm going to find a spot in the tape or packing material that came loose and I end up finding overspray. But everything ended up looking good. Before removing the toothpaste to reveal the chip paint, I add the last finishing touches and paint them by hand. Here's the helmet before any weathering, minus a couple spots where the paint peeled off with the tape, which is fine because that's my next step anyway. Now the fun part. You can see how easy the paint and toothpaste come off to show the layers under them. You can just scratch it off with your fingernail. Now I scratch off this area with the multi-layer effect I mentioned earlier. I still need to clean it up a bit more, but here you can see how it ends up looking. It was getting a bit messy under my fingernails, so instead I started using this plastic squeegee. It was much easier and went much faster. If you don't have one, you can use an old credit card or ID. And here's the helmet with the chip paint. I'm really happy with how it turned out, especially with the multiple layers of silver, white, and blue. Now the second method for weathering. You just need a few supplies. I use this cheap acrylic paint you can get from any craft store for less than $1 each. You'll need a brush. I'm just using this cheap sponge brush, water and paper towels. I crumple up one wet paper towel and one dry paper towel before I start. First, I get the paint color that I want. I mix black with a little bit of brown. I want it to end up almost being black. I also water it down a little. You don't want to water it down too much, but you want it to be able to drip some like you can see here. Now I start adding paint to all the corners and cracks. Basically anywhere where you think dirt and grime will accumulate. Then I take the dry paper towel to spread the paint around a bit. You can wipe it some, but make sure you're dabbing as well. It'll give you a better effect. Then I use the wet paper towel like an eraser to remove excess paint. You can alternate between the wet and dry paper towels until you're happy with the look. You can see I'm also spreading it in areas where I did not originally apply paint. I continue doing this, going around the whole helmet one section at a time. Then I finish with the top. It's easier when you're working with smaller areas instead of trying to do the whole helmet at once. I want to add some depth to this, so I wait till everything is dry. Then I apply a second layer, but this time I mix only a little black with the brown. I do the same thing as I did for the first layer, but just in a few areas this time. This way you get a mix of different colors in different areas of the helmet. And you could even do this one or two more times with a third and fourth color. And here's the finished helmet. As I mentioned before, I'm about 90% happy with how it turned out. There's just one thing I wish I can do over, and that's the chip paint on the blue. To me, it ended up looking like polka dots. If I did this over, I would make sure that the chip paint was done in more different shapes and sizes, with some of the chips maybe being more long and thin. They were also spread apart too evenly. The key is to make everything uneven and random. There should be no symmetry. Think about where dirt and grime would accumulate, and also how and where paint would likely to be chipped off. I hope this video will help you on your next project. Be sure to hit those like and subscribe buttons, and check this out next. Thank you for watching.